Hi there, welcome to Bloody Knuckles Garage. Today on this 2006 Hummer H3, we'll be continuing more maintenance and repairs, I guess. So today we're going to be doing the transmission fluid and filter and transmission cooler lines that seem to be leaking like crazy at the front. I just noticed this too. We suppose this thing got like something like hanging here. It's probably fine. I'll just forget I saw that. Okay. Well, under here, I've got our transmission pan. I've got a bunch of like 13 mil bolts all around the edge. So first we're going to take a ratchet. We're going to loosen all these bolts up. Just keep in mind there's a whole bunch of fluid sitting in there. So don't take any of the bolts off yet until they're all loose. And then once they're all loose, finger tight, we can start taking them off. Lower the pan and hopefully drain it into here. This could be extremely messy. I didn't bother lifting the Hummer on jack stands. It's already got a lift, so I can just squeeze under here, but we'll see how this goes. Well, it looks like we ran into a bit of a snag here. There's this drive shaft in the way of getting at some of those bolts. So, easy enough. So we're going to slide on back here. There's 4 bolts here around this thing. We're going to take those off, slide the drive shaft out of the way, and then we'll be able to get to those other transmission pan bolts. It appears we also have to take off this skid plate. That would make things a lot easier to get at those 10 mil bolts on the drive shaft. Actually, that seems like too much work. So I'm just going to use one of these. I'm pretty sure if I get wiggled up in here. Oh yeah, this will work. No need to take the drive shaft off. Just need to get better tools, I guess. One thing I've noticed in just taking these off is they're not all that tight. I'd say, I know you're supposed to torque these things to like 12 or 14 pounds or something, but these are barely hanging on, it seems like, which probably explains all the gunk around them. All the sweating. Oh, this one's like, just finger loose this one here. Oh yeah. Alright, well, they're all loose. Whoop, get out of the way of this one. It's going to drip right in my mouth. Alright, now I've got every second bolt taken out. But to prevent me from taking some kind of a crazy transmission fluid bath, I've devised a little plan, a little backup plan here to get the rest of the screws out. So I'm going to take this floor jack right here. Oh yeah, this is a good idea. And I'm gonna put the floor jack under the transmission pan. Alright, back to plan A. Just use my arm. Oh god. This is gonna go horribly wrong, isn't it? I wonder how heavy this thing is with fluid in it. Maybe I can like tip it or something. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, got a bolt here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts holding the whole thing in. So, my idea here will be to take off the front ones and tip it, I guess. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it splooshes into the right freaking area. I'm guessing the gasket's holding it up. So I'm not applying much pressure here, and there's no screws holding it up anymore. Oh, there it goes. So I can judge the weight of it. Let's It's actually not that bad. I think I can hold it up and take it down without getting covered in it. Oh, except for that one screw. Oh my God, really? Ugh. That one screw over there. Okay, here we go. What the, oh, freaking hell. Like, what is that caught on? Oh my God, it's black. It's supposed to be a nice red color. That is definitely not very nice transmission fluid right there. Oh yeah, it's like chocolate milk. Oh my God, that's terrible. That's bad. That's pretty bad. I just realized the damn box was in the way. You probably couldn't see anything of what was going on in there. So maybe this will come out in the edit, we'll see. But just to give you guys an idea, in the sunlight, that's the transmission fluid. I'll have to check on that magnet after and see if there's any goop on there, but that's some pretty chocolate milky transmission fluid. Wonder when the last time this was done. Now since we're in here, there's transmission up in there. Very nice. Now this big old thing here is the filter. Sometimes you gotta pry them off gently, but this one looks like shit, so we're just gonna give it a little twist and yank. She comes right off. Alright, because we are definitely changing the filter on this baby. Now next steps will be to clean off all that old gasket material. Can't have anything left. Now scraping off the gaskets, gotta make sure. I've got these plastic little pry bar thingies, but they work pretty good. That way there's no risk of scratching anything or damaging it. I mean, you can use a screwdriver, I guess, but I definitely would not recommend it. Plastic is better. Make sure it's all cleaned off, when nice and dry, clean all this, and then we'll be ready to put on the filter and the pan. Alright, so now the pan itself, we want to make sure is super clean. And so notice there's a square on the pan here. That's where the magnet's supposed to go. It's not supposed to be down here. But since we have it, let's take a look at it. Oh, good God. So it's got quite a bit of stuff on it. It's not so great. The old girl's been through a lot. But we're gonna get this all cleaned up. My wife's gonna ask, where did all the paper towels in the kitchen go? I don't know. I think the kids took them. Kids were doing something with them. Oh Lord. It's so messy. That's good for the meantime. Now I gotta get all this gasket material off of here. Again, I'm just using a little plastic scraper. Ooh, look at this. Oh, that's nice. I like when that happens. Nice and clean like. Now if you're wondering how clean should this be, as clean as you can get it, really. You don't want any contaminants in our new transmission fluid. Alrighty. Magnet goes in the square. New gloves. Alright, now putting in the filter back in. There is a cap in there that you can take out and replace. Helps hold the filter in there more snug, but I don't trust myself. I am not a professional. I will destroy my transmission. So, take some clean transmission fluid. Look at that. Look how red that is. That's the color it should be. put a little bit on there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just like lube it up a little bit. Yeah. Oop. Okay. Now, all you gotta do is just shove it up in there. Yeah. Get over here. Get over here. Yep. Where the hell is it? Just give it a little wiggle wiggle. And just to be clear, in case you didn't hear it, it does make a pop click when it seats into position. Alright, now putting on the gasket is pretty easy compared to other gaskets. With this one, it just goes on dry. So you just want to lay it over the top. There is a bit of a groove here. You can line up. That's how you know if your gasket is on the right way. Lay it on there. Let me tell you, it's way easier with two hands. Oh my sweet Jesus. Okay. Perfect. Alright, now to get this back up and still have the gasket lined up with the holes, it's totally fun. It's like the best part of this whole thing. You can imagine it. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Oops, if you have it the right way too. Well, how about now? Oh, now the goddamn gaskets. Oh shit! I think. Oh no! Did I fix it? I'm going to put a bolt through one of the holes where the gasket is. Oh, looks like it grabs onto the threads not too bad, so I can probably put through a couple bolts to hold it in place. All these bolts, you're going to want to finger thread in, or put like a socket on the end of a extension or something, just to make it a bit quicker for yourself. Finger tighten all these in, not too tight. And then we're going to have to go around with a torque wrench. You want these to be, oh, what the hell? I think it was 12 foot-pounds. I'll double check just to make sure, but, and you got to do it crisscross, applesauce. One side, then the other, and then back, crisscross, star pattern, whatever you want to call it. Snug it up. And we'll check back with you once I get these finger tight, because with my luck that's going to take a while. Oh, hey.
Nothing's ridiculous.
It's my Hummer!
Nothing's ridiculous.
I'm fixing it! Alright, the repairs continue. Welcome back. And we've got leaky transmission cooler lines up there, dripping all over the place. So I've got some new ones. This side not so bad. Let's take a look underneath and see what we can see with the transmission. Okay, now the transmission cooler lines come back up into there. You can see them there. Now they're each going to have, let me get a better shot for you. They're each going to have a metal clip you got to pull out. You got to get a pick in there and pull the clip out, and the lines will just pop out after that. Now looking in the Pro Guides online, it says to drop the cross member off and support the transmission and drop it out, but I don't think that's necessary. So we're just going to give it a try and pull those little clips out. I'm going to be using a pick tool for that with a hook on the end, so let's see if this works. Let's see. Here's what's happening with the transmission cooler lines. So they're attached at the transmission by one of these. So it has a C ring clamp kind of in here. If you can get a pick in there and pull this out, the transmission line will just pop right out of this baby. But it's like next to impossible. I was jamming my arm up in there. I don't know. I guess you're supposed to drop the transmission to do this, but I don't want to drop the transmission. I do what I want. Brand new lines. I've got the new. Oh, where is it here? The new one on there. It's all ready to go. Gonna have to twist this back into the transmission though. Not looking forward to doing that. I did get one of these babies though. If you don't have one of these, it's a ratcheting closed end wrench, and it actually worked. I was shocked, but it's amazing for stuff like this, especially in tight quarters when you have to do like 1/8 of a turn at a time. That allows you to do a lot faster. Next problem is that the lines, I'll try to show you here. See how one's just a scooch longer? They're like, it's an AC Delco GM line for this vehicle, so it's correct, but it does not fit into the fitting, so I've had to order another fitting. When it shows up, if it's correct, I'll show you. I'll give you the part number and everything, how to find them online. It was like 35 bucks, but it's worth it if I can get this actually working. So I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow. Alright, getting in these transmission cooler lines again. It's a real chore. Best way I found is to jam them in there from the transmission side to the front of the vehicle. Don't go front to back. Use the rubber thingies on the end to help you out. Just sort of fiddle with it. It'll get in there eventually. A little front to back. Just don't bend anything, for God's sake, then you gotta start all over again. Alright, no leaks. Nothing dripping anymore. And she's running.